Right, so the Astra has CAN bus Pro HID ballast. It's got HIDs fitted to the headlights. I was told that this bulb here wasn't any good, it didn't work, and it needed a new bulb. So I scoured eBay to find something that's got those connectors on, ordered them up. But I should have looked first really, because this wasn't the problem. I plugged the bulb into the other side and it worked fine, so I thought, oh great, it's actually the little ballast box that's knackered. So I took the ballast box out, plugged that into the other side, and that worked also, so it wasn't the ballast box. So what else could it be? Well, it can only be, let's have a look at this. I might need to put the light on for this, but yeah I will, hang on. You see all the corrosion in there. What's happened is, I've actually sprayed it with GT85, it's taken some of it off, but what's happened is they fitted the ballast box and you plug two wires into there, which are those two there, and then that plugs in obviously like standard to the original loom. But this was probably just sat upwards like that, or sat however, so the terminals are just getting covered in water. I mean, it probably would have been best if it had like a rubber boot over it, or just even some electrical tape. So there's probably a million videos on YouTube of how to do this, but this is my update from Astra for the first part of doing something to the Astra, and I didn't want to because I'm having to fix something that I need to fix. We're going to put that in there like that, and then we're going to take a wander. No, we're not. I need to work out these buttons. Apologies if people have epilepsy. Take a wander over here. I think it's in this cupboard here. It is, it's that in there. We want some white wine vinegar. That's what we want. There's a cat. So we're just going to soak this in that. I'm just going to pour it in the end of there. Put the light back on. I'm just going to pour it in the end of there so it sits in there, and it should take all the corrosion out of there. And I'll pour a bit in that side as well, which should sort the terminals out on there, so I don't need too much of it. I'm just going to leave it in there overnight. So unfortunately, first video on the Astra is fixing rust. Although it is only just a little bit of rust. I'll have to pop that up, aren't I? Yeah, I need to pop that up. Like that. A bit more in. Actually that's just going to soak right the way out to the other side. I need a smaller tub. Right, part 2 coming up. This is tub number 2, which is a lot smaller and it'll work better. Actually this is tub number 3, I'm lying to you, that was tub number 2 but that wasn't big enough. So there we go. We'll have a look at that in the morning. How cool's that? Might have to wash the car with white wine vinegar yet. Right, so let's give it 12 hours. Right, so that's my vinegar plug. It looks a lot less rusty than it was before. You can actually see there's metal again, which hopefully is coming up on this camera with the light on. It's silver now. It's still got a bit of corrosion in it, to be honest, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. That's had almost 24 hours now because I forgot about it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and take it out to the car and I'm going to plug it back in, see if it works. Let's hope it does. This hasn't worked, so I'll have to buy a new one of them. Must be corroded inside. Never mind. Worth a try. Right, so I bought a new one of those plugs. Let's go and try and see if it works. Win. Next up we've got an irmscher grill. It was second hand, it was cheapish. A couple of marks, well, it's got one mark there and I think that might just clean up. A bit dusty, it's obviously been sat a while, and this here, I'll have to glue that on. I thought they clipped on, looks like it should clip on, but for whatever reason It just goes wherever you want it to go. So I'm going to glue that on. It's a genuine irmscher part, you can see on there. So that's cool, so it's a proper go. Yeah, so I'll glue that on. And then I've also got, back to the 90s, hood lift. These are chrome as well, so because that bonnet's really heavy, and I'm not making excuses, it is actually really heavy. Instructions are for mark on belt for some reason, but never mind. Wow, chromy. That's just a little touch. Right, so I've had a look through the bonnet lifter kit and you get extra bolts there that I can't work out what they're for and what they could do, because you need that one there, which unfortunately that washer's massive and those washers don't fit, and that's the one you put on the wing. And then you've got this little plate here, which from what I remember, I'm taking a guess just by the instructions, is you take your bolt out your bonnet and you put that plate on sideways, so that there, the lifter then runs down the channel of the wing. So you're going to use the standard bolt for that one there. And maybe them washers are for that plate, but there'll be washers already there for the bolts anyway that you're replacing that, so I won't need those. So I can't work out what they're for at all. They don't seem to do anything, because that there, one end obviously clips onto that and one end clips onto that. And that's that. So we'll take these very minimal tools that I need, 13 and a 10, and I don't think it's right, but my bonnet seems to be attached with like a sort of spline bit. I think it's supposed to be a 10 or a 30mm bolt, but maybe it isn't. It just looks like it's been changed, so it's raining a bit, but whatever. What else am I going to do on a Tuesday? Let's get this done. Looks like somebody's maybe already had these on here at one point. I'm sure that's where it needs to sit. It looks like they've been catching on there, which will be right. So I reckon this is already had lifters on it. So let's put some more on it. that's that done. Let's see if it closes. Hopefully it does. Finished. So that's the end of the first video for the Astra. We've done bonnet lifters, changed the grille, and fixed a headlight that wasn't working, which didn't work with Vinegar. Had to buy a whole new part, but still, fixed is fixed. I'm not sure quite what I'm going to do with the Astra from here. It needs an MOT shortly, that's why it was a bit cheap. See how it gets on with its MOT. I would like to keep it as a second car, well, main car really, keep the Civic as the second car, but I don't know. I do like them, but is it worth keeping? I don't know, we'll see. I might just MOT it, run it for a few months and sell it on. But there you go. With a bit of luck there won't be too much to fix on the MOT, but if there is, it is 17 years old. I do expect things to be maybe slightly worn, but you never know, it might be okay. There you go. So part 2 will either be, yay it's passed an MOT, or boo, I need to fix it for an MOT. We'll see. See you later.